But that's the thing about having a group of friends doing similar things is like we can collaborate in some ways. You know, I never really understood when people used that word collab. Like, let's collab. Yeah. But I get it. We just collabed. You did your podcast. We did it. I vlogged. We're doing it. Yes. So here we are after Dana recorded her podcast with the guys.
Yes. I feel exhausted, but
I know. We're both like, I don't know why I'm tired, but I mean, I was already vlogging.
You feel my
this morning.
energy.
I feel your energy.
Yeah.
We ate Thai food. But the footage that we took before they showed up, where we were just able to talk with each other about some of the topics that I wanted to put in this vlog, the footage was bad because I had the fan blowing right on my camera. Difficulties of vlogging. We had such good chats before they got here.
I know.
So I'm sure we can get right back into it.
Yeah.
Dana and I are pretty able to just like connect and lament
riff on this stuff.
Yeah, riff on all these aspects of being a wannabe entrepreneur and just like the struggles that entails. We were both saying how we both woke up in the middle of the night last night. I was just feeling like a little bit of this, like, I call kind of like a creepy panic.
Yeah, like I woke up in the middle of the night last night too with just this huge weight on my chest, and it just literally felt like I'm gonna die. Like everything is just black and I can't see what's coming in the future. And yeah, we kind of were talking before and got to this realization that it's all about having faith and just trusting that things will work out, but it's really hard.
Like, ugh, wait, what am I doing? Made my plans that I want to go forward with, but when you even are at that point, like when you're moving forward, there's just so much resistance that keeps pushing you back and makes you feel like, oh my gosh, am I making the right choice?
Internal resistance, just the mental roadblocks that come up along the way that you just need to like plow through.
That's the only thing you can do. So I don't know what kind of tips we are gonna come up with right now necessarily, but it's interesting, at least I think, to just hear how other people deal with it. And this is a common thread among entrepreneurs, and you said before, like you hear this in podcasts, read it in books. Like I know that some entrepreneurs are talking about it, like the struggle and how you just have to push through. But it seems to me that still not everyone like sits and talks about it. I see why not, because over my last few videos that I've posted so far on my YouTube channel, I do kind of talk in like a bit of a, I don't know, whiny or like nervous, anxious voice, and it's kind of annoying to listen to. So no wonder people want to avoid it, because it's much like cuter to be positive and like,
everything's great.
Yeah. But the reality is, like, there's a struggle when you're a wannabe entrepreneur. We talk over and over about how even though you really feel committed and dedicated to your mission, your plan, there's just
some nights. It's just
so many nights.
Why am I putting myself through this pain, this discomfort? It's so cliche, but that's where the growth comes.
For sure.
And when I kind of look back on the journey, the moments where I intentionally put myself in an uncomfortable situation, that is where I've grown. But definitely hurts in the moment, and the thing that has been helpful for me is journaling, for sure. And
But what I wanted to ask you about was like, why now for you, or when did you actually start? Because in my topic today, I wanted to talk about like, why now? Why am I starting this video challenge now? There were a lot of things that I had to like do before I could get to this place. And here we are in September now, and it's just funny that it must look like to anyone who could see from the outside that I started in January and just getting at it, pushing on it now. It must look like I've done nothing in the interim, but I have. Like, it just takes so many small steps and steps in like different directions to grow and prepare yourself. And it was the same for you, right?
Yeah. I mean, I think I first had the idea to have a podcast probably in April or May.
Okay.
September now, and I remember at some point I wrote on Facebook on my business page like, this is me putting out the accountability for myself. Like, I will start a podcast this year. It made me more, okay, I have to do this now because I've said it. And yeah, your group, like, it's been so helpful to just have this group of women, and you know, it's not like we just sit and complain the whole time, like, oh my gosh.
Not all whining.
Yeah, it is.
There's
like
some like action,
feedback,
support,
yeah.
feedback.
Like, because I know people starting podcasts in Ho Chi Minh City, but no
You're not,
women.
like,
I don't
friends
know any
with them.
women, and I'm not friends with them.
Yeah.
And back to your really great question. Yeah,
Like, why now? Or the reality of how long it takes.
right.
Like, there were just a lot of things you had to learn and get in a row before you could get to this point, right? Because
Like,
you haven't actually published your first podcast yet.
Yeah, and that was tough too, because I feel like I've been talking so much about, I'm starting a podcast, and people are like, oh cool, like, where can I find it?
Yeah.
I'm like,
Not
oh
yet.
yeah, it doesn't actually exist yet. Like, I'm just talking about it. And then you have people asking you, so how's it going? And you're like, how is it going? Like, it's going.
It's going. I know it's been like a month or 2 months since you asked me, or a year. My parents and friends have been asking me, you know, how is it going and where is the product? And I'm like, I'm working on it. I know it doesn't seem like it, but I'm working on it, and eventually it'll show.
Yeah.
And like, I didn't even know how to use a camera before I bought one and decided that I want to make videos. And so you like have never recorded anything, like, you have a learning curve. And when you are at a time in your life where you have other big distractions or things going on, like when you have a full-time job or when you have different part-time jobs and then you have different things going on, like,
I think you get to a place where the alternative option is so painful.
Yeah.
Like, it's just so, like, there is no other option. Like,
I agree.
in my mind, there is no other option. Like, I will not go back to a 9-to-5 desk job. I can't. Like, I could not imagine that. So as long as you have it in your mind that that is an option to go back to, then you will never, I don't think you could ever, like, go full out and do everything that it really takes and keep going through this pain, because at least it feels like you're going through this pain, but eventually you'll get to a place that you really want to be.
yeah.
Now, and it's just,
Oh man, I wish I could include like the full 20 minutes of us talking about this, because to me, I find it so interesting to hear other girls that are going through the process of creating some type of online brand or business. I think it's so interesting to hear all of the thoughts going through our head, which, like, so many of our thoughts are from all of the things that we're consuming, and like other entrepreneurs or books or podcasts helping us to make sense of the process. But there's just so many like back and forths and conundrums where you just in the end have to like buck up and keep going if that's what you want to do, but know that everybody's going through the same struggle on some level or at some point.
And that's why I felt compelled to go off of social media for a few days, because I felt like I was just almost like being attacked with like
advice
and it just felt like just so overwhelming. I was just like, I just need to like turn this off, and because you start feeling like, oh, I should be thinking that, I should be this, I should be that, and instead of just, no one really cares like what
choices you're making day to day. So just do your day to day, and someday it'll maybe show something for itself. And the faith that we have to have is that it will. But I always kind of say in the back of my head, like, even if it doesn't amount to something, no, but don't you do that? But like, even if I don't create what I think I want to now, all of this will be, it is worth it for the process. That's what they mean. Like, maybe it's not super happy, perfect, peaceful in the process, but the process is what's worth it, that we are experiencing this and trying it.
And like we were saying before, a very small number of people actually try to do what we're doing. Like, and that's kind of how I had to called myself last night when I was having one of those really low nights. It's just like I need to give myself some credit for even trying. Like, not a lot of people will take the risk, put themselves out there, do these like embarrassing things, and you know, put your name and face on something, and
brand
call
yourself
it your own. And so like,
we're just comparing ourselves to the few that have done it and that are at a level of success now, and so we're like, oh, how do they do it? But yeah, it's important to remember all of the other people that are like, no, I've never even, like, no thanks.
Yeah.
It's way too much. And so yeah, you gotta give yourself credit. And then I always try and tell myself you can't take yourself too seriously. Because what does any of it really matter in the scheme of things? That's what I remind myself. And so the bottom line is, when you're trying to decide when is the right time to start your business, I think that there's not any exact advice, but you can just know that that everybody goes through a bunch of time of figuring that out. And then when it's right, it'll happen if you really want it to.
Yeah.
And
I think it's that when the pain is great enough. Honestly, like,
yeah,
because if I had a job where it wasn't so terrible, but it wasn't so great, it was just this mediocre, like, then you would just stay
coast
in that, you just coast, and there'd be no like force to like put you on a different path. So I would say just really be mindful and notice if the pain is so great that, you know, I have to go on my own path, I have to start this thing, this idea that's been brewing in my head. If you feel that strongly about it, then it's worth it. Like, there's a reason why you feel so strongly about
compelled.
it.
Yeah, I always say, like, I just feel compelled to do these things and create what I want to.
Don't ignore those feelings.
So when the pain is there, that's when you know, like, go with the pain and know that pain is going to be around and show up in a lot of different ways, and you just need to, like, get comfy with it and just go with it, because there's also kind of no perfect time to start, and you're not going to really just feel ready. You're going to have to feel uncomfortable and like get into it, but that doesn't mean you like have to do the end thing right away. Like, you don't have to publish the podcast right away, but get into it. Like, the force that pushes me to want to connect with others and get my message out, like, it's just finally stronger. So it doesn't mean I'm ready to be perfect from day one, but it means I'm ready to slowly start.
Yeah. I want to say too that no one or no thing or no place can take the pain away but you. You can't escape yourself, and no one's gonna like hand you a camera and be like, here you go, like, here's your chance, or you know, like, have faith in yourself and
have faith and buck up.
And just give it a go.
Yeah. That's when the right time is, and you know, why now for us is just because of a whole multitude of reasons of what brought us to this point. And time is just a really funny game. Anyway, time flies, and it doesn't matter like what time you choose, but whatever's right for you.
Yeah.
So, good stuff.
Yeah. I feel better after that vent.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, another.
So, okay, I better do a little outro myself, because that's what you gotta do when you film vlogs. You gotta film intros, outros, make it a nice little story. I gotta work on the whole storyline better, but I'm working on it. So I think that should wrap up my vlog for today. Thanks so much for being part of it.
Yeah,
made it a lot easier to have something different in my video.
Yeah, it was fun.
Yeah, thank you. That's the thing. Wait, what was I gonna say? There was a point. I totally lost it. I'm so tired all of a sudden too.
Yeah, me too. Nap time.
Oh, okay. That's the thing about having a group of friends doing similar things, is like we can collaborate in some ways. You know, I never really understood when people used that word collab. Like, let's collab. Yeah. But I get it. We just collabed. You did your podcast.
We did it.
I vlogged. We're doing it.
Yes.
I hope that you guys got some takeaway from this, whether you're watching it now, right during my video challenge, or in the future. I hope it helps some people on their journeys of figuring out their brands or businesses, you know, life missions and all.
Yeah.
I'm struggling here. I don't
Bye,
know what
Mom.
to say. Yeah. Oh yeah. And in tomorrow's video, by the way, I'm going to show you guys like the behind the scenes vlog of me doing a little acting job that I did earlier this week, which me doing little acting jobs on the side is just another like distraction or reason that, you know, gets me to this, wait, what did I want to say? Why I've been pushing off building my brand until now.
I give up! Goodbye, cruel world!
Yeah, I don't know. I wanted to make some connection about like how this me doing acting jobs also takes my time and energy and is another one of the distractions and reasons about like why I've been putting off starting my business. Not really. It's just all, there's a lot of excuses and reasons we can make, but it is true. But anyway, you'll see that tomorrow, and then I still seriously can't figure out how to do this right now. Anyway, thanks for watching, and you'll see that video tomorrow. Bye!